This is death. And today I will tell you some reality. People don't just disappear. They choose to. One moment they are there, talking, laughing, replying. And then, silence, absence, a ghost of what once was. Tell me, have you felt it? The sting of being ignored. The slow, creeping doubt whispering, "Did I do something wrong?" Ah, you are not alone. But listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you will change the way you see it forever. The hidden truth of silence. People do not ignore you by accident. Their silence is a statement, a confession without words. Sometimes they leave because they only needed you for a season. You were convenient, a source of attention, validation, or escape. But once that need was met, they discarded you like a forgotten relic. Other times it is envy, a quiet, bitter resentment growing in the shadows of their own inadequacy. They see you rising, changing, becoming something more, and rather than celebrate you, they retreat, because your growth reminds them of their own stagnation. But beware, sometimes silence carries meaning. Do not ignore your own instincts. As Shakespeare wrote, "Trust thyself." Every heart vibrates to that iron string. Your intuition knows more than your mind admits. If someone's absence feels unnatural, if something about their distance unsettles you, do not bury it under wishful thinking. Listen. But then, there is a darker reason, one you may not be ready to hear. You are no longer who they knew. When you begin to evolve, when your mind sharpens, when you start seeing through the illusions, people sense it. You no longer fit inside the box they placed you in. And that terrifies them. You see, most people do not want depth. They do not crave truth. They want comfort, predictability. And when you start to shift, when you outgrow the version of yourself they were comfortable with, they pull away. There is a reason they stop answering, why their words dry up, why their presence feels like a shadow of what it once was. Some leave because they only stayed when you served their needs. They needed attention, validation, a distraction. But once they drained what they could, they were gone, like thieves in the night. Then there are the ones who retreat out of fear, fear of your growth. Yes, some people ignore you not because they do not see you, but because they see you too clearly. Your progress, your change, reminds them of their own stagnation. And so, rather than rise with you, they run from you. When you embrace the silence, when you let them walk away without flinching, they begin to feel it. The void they thought they left in your life starts to consume them instead. They will wonder if they made a mistake. They will watch from the shadows, questioning if they should have stayed. But by then, it will be too late. But here is what they don't realize. When someone ignores you, they think they are erasing you from their world. But absence is not weakness. It is power. And when you stop chasing, stop seeking, stop waiting for a response that will never come, something terrifying happens. But do not mistake their silence for your failure. No, no. Their absence is a sign that you are becoming something greater. Yet in this silence you have a choice. Bitterness or something greater. As Pope once penned, to err is human, to forgive, divine. You see, forgiveness is not weakness. It is power. When you forgive, you do not release them, you release yourself. The chains of resentment fall away, and in their place you stand unshaken. Imagine this. Your friend stops talking to you without explanation. Instead of drowning in anger, you rise above. Maybe you send a light-hearted message. Well, I was about to send a search party, but I guess you saved them the trouble. A joke, a breath of ease, and suddenly you are in control. No longer grasping, no longer waiting, because forgiveness is not about letting them back in. It is about letting go of what weighs you down. Let them leave, and watch what happens. Here is the reality most refuse to face. When people ignore you, they expect you to chase, to beg, to question your own worth. But what if you didn't? What if you let them go? What if, instead of seeking their attention, you turned inward and became untouchable? You see, there is power in absence. Silence is not emptiness, it is a force. And when you stop chasing, when you embrace the ones who truly see you, the ones who left will feel it. And by then, it will be too late for them.